Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello, guys. Welcome to Global Happenings today. We have a trending news here for you, and the headline of the news reads: Olusegun Obasanjo blasts Buhari, accuse him of the following. See who he prefers as Nigerian president. But before we continue with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube.
All right. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, has said that most of the officials in the Buhari-led government will not only go to jail, but also go to hell if the entire government is investigated for corruption. According to him, the government is by far immersed in corruption. In an interview with BBC Yoruba, while comparing his former vice president and PDP presidential candidate of the 2019 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, with President Buhari, the former president said though Atiku is not a messiah and neither is he a saint, but he would have done far better than the President Buhari if given the opportunity. I quote him: "What I'm saying is that where we are today, our present situation, if you look at those who are there today and our boss, I insist that Atiku will do better than them. This is not a prophecy. Those in government today, if we expose them or all of them will enter hell. They will not only go to jail, they will go to hell. Whoever that God does not expose his sins to the public is the person whose secret is kept. I did not say he will behave like Jesus. I did not say he will behave like Prophet Muhammad, but he will do better. In fact, twice better than what we have at present," he said. Speaking further, the former president accused President Buhari of nepotism. Look at what is happening. I'm quoting him now. He says, "Look at what is happening. The president that is leading us says he cannot appoint any other tribe into the post he considers sensitive because he does not trust them. If you cannot trust any tribe and your tribe is if you cannot trust any other tribe but your tribe, then what is the benefit? And he still wants my tribe and your tribe to vote for him, so he can ask us to vote for him, but he cannot trust us to be appointed into sensitive positions. What is the source for the goose is also the source for the gander. If you don't trust us, how do you want me to trust you? If you trust me and I misbehave, replace me with another person. But if only your maternal and paternal relatives are the only people you can appoint because they are the only people you can trust, then in Nigeria we have too bad. In Nigeria where we have tribes numbering about 500, we now say you cannot trust some people. That is what we are saying," he said. Recall that Obasanjo has several times written open letters to President Buhari expressing his displeasure in his government. During the 2019 presidential election, Obasanjo openly campaigned against President Buhari.
All right, thank you very much. And this is really, really revealing. Let the truth be said once and for all, because this will help to fix this country. We are tired of a lot that is going on. Just that what makes it really quite uninteresting is the fact that despite all this exposition, exposing him of exposing the president, the government, of a lot of things that they have done, which negates the tenet of democracy. Unfortunately, it seems we can do little or nothing. What is most important right now is the ability to take a step that will help, to curtail some of these things that are done by the present day government. All right, I'm just going to read one or two responses from Nigerians in respect to what Obasanjo has said, and go ahead with analysis. This one said, did Obasanjo mention hell when your own Duata can tell you Nigeria is not your property? Can you tell us where would you go to if those under Buhari government will go to hell? Okay, this one says, so what are you waiting for? Has he not fought or destroyed the nation enough, or is it not time yet to expose him? I beg OBJ, keep quiet there. OBJ, are you not ashamed of yourself? OBJ is a mental man. 1999 agreement was after OBJ, then Atiku will take over, and Atiku will hand over to Orji Kanu, and he didn't hand over because of his selfishness. Why now OBJ see that Atiku will do better is campaigning for Fulani man again? Useless. Why can't he say Peter Obi can do better? All right. And this one say, where is the electricity which engulf mind-blowing billions of dollars under your watch? This is unwanted noise. Allow Buhari, who is working our roads, railway, and many infrastructural development, to concentrate and deliver dividends of democracy to Nigeria. With due respect, Your Excellency, we expect you to give contributory advice, not General Yakubu Gawan, and we will benefit from your well-aged wisdom, and not to continually heating up the polity. Nigerians can no longer allow Luther's PDP to govern them again. We need your prayers at all times, and God has blessed you, and you should be a blessing to Nigeria. May you live long, and pray for your dear country. The last one I'm going to consider here, there's so much, but this is the last which I'm going to consider. This one says here, this Baba has started running his mouth again about Atiku and others. Those who stay in glass house should be careful not to throw stone immediately after they leave. All right, that's where we're going to leave it there, and let's go into further analysis of the news that is before us right now, because it's the truth of the matter is there is no lies in what he is saying. But when we are talking about going to hell because of corruption, you know that none of these guys are excluded from it. If truly we want to unveil everything that have been done thus far, starting from 1999 when he started up as the president of Nigeria, you realize that there's so many, all of them will go to hell. Telling you the whole truth. Both of us enjoy inclusive. At least maybe he will take the front row of hell before the likes. Even the same man that he claimed he prefaced, that one too would join him. I'm talking about Atiku. Don't forget that during the time that they had squabble together, they had issues together, he had to open up on the corrupt practices of Atiku, and Nigeria were like, wow, what is this? So you now trying to paint him white and paint Buhari, as much as we don't support a lot of things that is going on in the present day government, especially in the area of appointment and corruption, we don't support it. But yours, yeah, the appointment was widespread, but corruption was at his highest level. You understand? It was really high, such to a point that Nigerians were complaining overly about the issue of electricity. It would have been a forgotten issue if it was taken seriously by the ex-president. This would have been a forgotten issue. But all the same, let's just look at what he's trying to say. The issue of nepotism. That's where I'm really going to be looking at. We're going to talk about other things, but let's start up with issue of nepotism. This is really crazy. And crazy in the sense that this is not just an ordinary government. This is not just an ordinary sovereign state whereby maybe there's just two ethnic group. We are talking about a country that is it has multi-ethnic groups, multi-religious, it has multiple languages, but you expect everybody to vote for you. During the time of election, he went all out and was seeking for support from all Nigerians and all of that. But when it comes to time of appointment, especially to keep position in Nigeria, you realize that it is only the Fulanis that are enjoying the day. It is only the people from the northeast that are enjoying the day. This is what has kept this country where it is. Imagine you've just run somebody and tell the person to curb the issue of Boko Haram thus far, and they have been budgetary allocation in the area of provision of defense. But up till now, nothing has been reasonably achieved. Yeah, today we'll hear that with Boko Haram, if they kill 4, they will tell Nigerians how they have killed. But we keep seeing the sincerely our young men going down? Can't you change the person for once and bring in another person? I think the person even won't feel bad about it because he knows that he can't stay there for the rest of his life. At least there's a timeline. If you don't deliver, if your performance is below par, at least they should put you aside and bring in another person who can at least up the game so that Nigerians will be happy. We've seen them in virtually every aspect. Then the cabal is there controlling everything. Nigerians are tired of this, and we desire that for once the government should give ears to it. Nigerians will complain, and the next thing we saw was an economic team made up of different people. But even up till now, I've not really feel the impact of that economic team ever since it was created. We've not felt anything. Does it mean they are not making suggestion, or does it mean that the suggestion is considered not good enough? Or maybe it must go through the scrutiny of the cabal before it will be allowed to fly? These are some of the things that makes the government really go down and which Nigerians do not like. Nepotism, it's really high. Ethnicity, we value our ethnic group more than we don't mind our ethnic group spoiling the show. As long as our person is still there, we are comfortable with it. This is what is destroying. But when we talk about corruption, Nigeria, if we want to deal with corruption, it must start from Obasanjo, come down to Atiku, come down to Jonathan. That one, we can't spare anybody, then come down to Buhari. We've seen corruption in diversity. Okay, imagine the case that threw this guy into prison, the governor of Abia State, Carlo. It's not the issue that came up in 2016. Neither is it the issue that came up in 2014. It's something that can be dated back to 1999 when he was the governor down to 2007. He was involved in huge crime of stealing and looting Nigerian treasury to the detriment of the people of Abia State. So what are we saying? If we want to judge everybody, Satan will just open the prison of hell and say, tell all of them, you starting from the first man, fly in. Obasanjo will be the first, and then the others will follow. So the issue of corruption, my brother, up till now, it's yet to be settled because there's no government that you can point out, whether it is Obasanjo, Jonathan, and the likes, none of them that you can point at and then you can free them from corruption. Though right now the thing has started escalating. Before now we were hearing millions. Right now we are hearing tens of billions, and it's making progress. Very soon, so I believe that somebody will be accused of eating 1 trillion naira. But all the same, we are hopeful that one day God will deliver us from their hands.
Yeah, you're right about the issue of Obasanjo being among those who are corrupt. But the truth be told, corruption will have class. In this dispensation, I have seen corruption that, in fact, the way they are doing the corruption, it is no longer called corruption, it's called practice. If you call it corruption, they're giving it a bad name. Why it's a norm. It's allowed. It's as if it's a culture. It's a Nigerian culture to be corrupt. If you are not corrupt in Nigeria, I'm not talking about outside, in Nigeria, if you're not corrupt in Nigeria, ask you if you're okay. How can you be in government, you come out of government and your family is poor, your extended family does not have houses, you have not changed your extent. I'm not talking about immediate family. Immediate family say they are birthrights, they have to become billionaires. At least your clan people should be among top 10 millionaires in Africa. And you come out like that, you are poor, your clan members are poor, you are a fool in Nigerian context because corruption is a norm. Now, the level of corruption we have now, Obasanjo, that's why I say Obasanjo screaming that they'll go to hell. In his time, if he knew this kind of corruption would be allowed, maybe he would have started his own in this level. In Obasanjo's time, they never had it in billions. Anybody who steals million now, you're small, for a G-boy, you're a small boy. You come on shift. We're talking about Bullion Van kind of money, you're talking your own millions. We're talking about billions here. These ones that we call corrupt ones. So yes, Obasanjo must have started, but Obasanjo is amazed that what he started has escalated to this level. He was doing his own small. He would have done his own to this level, carry the thing in Ghana must go level, where EFCC is surprised at the level of, is amazed. That's what we call practice in Nigeria. It's amazing. It's disgusting to the ears. And honestly, let's be real. In the days of Jonathan, in the days of Olusegun Obasanjo, even in the days of Yar'Adua, the late Yar'Adua, it was not so. I'm talking about the issue of lopsided appointment. How can you trust Nigerians to give you votes? They entrust their life, their security, their properties by voting you in as the president, if indeed Nigerians voted you. because we don't even know what INEC is. If INEC, almost all the elections they did, I'm talking about court across the whole, almost all the states in Nigeria, Supreme Court is the one giving verdicts now. That's to tell you that they are not even independent. So if based on what INEC said, that the President Buhari took the day and is the president, which means Nigerians voted him in based on INEC results, then Nigerians expect better life than this. How can you appoint over 500 Nigerians with different ethnicity, different languages, different culture, that entrusted you with their lives, their property, their belief system? They entrusted you that they want a better change, a better life, and the best you can do is to give them lopsided appointments where we have Hausa Fulanis everywhere, and you expect them to smile. Security has never been this terrible. Insecurity has become the order of the day. You can imagine Khan Adamawa being murdered in cold blood by Boko Haram, and they did not hide it. They mentioned that they picked him up and they murdered him, and they're saying they're willing to release his body. That's an insult to the nation. And yet everybody is saying the usual talk is cheap. And that's what we're talking about here, nepotism. In this era, it is the highest I've ever seen. And next, you still expect Nigerians to do the same. Honestly, it is not fair.
All right, thank you very much. The truth is, corruption is growing, and we are praying that it will not escalate. God will raise us a man who will come in and curb this issue. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. Just go to our comment section. Let us interact. What's your position on what Obasanjo has said about the present day government?